He was known as one of the funniest men in Egyptian cinema. His theater roles throughout the 70s became iconic and continue to inspire Arab comedians to this day. Egyptian actor Hassan Mostafa, who passed away on Tuesday, was one of few who changed the course of Arab comedy. Ayman Sikseck took a look at all his life.
Late on Tuesday evening, a dramatic loss for Egyptian cinema. Stage and screen actor Hassan Mostafa passed away at the age of 81 after he was admitted to intensive care a few days ago. Born in 1933, Mostafa was a staple of Egyptian television. A graduate of the High Institute for Theatrical Arts in 1957, one of the most prestigious institutions of its kind in the Arab world, Mostafa appeared in hundreds of plays and films alongside Egypt's biggest stars. His cinematic debut was in The Most Dangerous Man in the World in 1967. The film was alongside Fuad al-Muhandis, whom he would join for other movies throughout his career. But his best known and most well-loved performance took place shortly after in the beginning of the 1970s, the comedy play Madrasat al-Mushaghibin, or The School of Mischief, where he played the principal, one of the biggest successes of Egypt's theater scene. Mostafa continued on to collaborate with the biggest names in Arab cinema, including Adil Imam and Omar al-Sharif. Mostafa was married to Egyptian actress Mimi Gamal, and they have 2 children. His funeral was held on Tuesday at Mustafa Mahmoud Mosque in Cairo, drawing scores who came to pay their respects for the most well-known principal in Arab entertainment for one last time.
Yes, and to understand who was he, correspondent Ayman Sikseck joining me right now here in the studio.
Good evening, Lucy.
Good evening. You know, I don't think that for our viewers, they will understand the childhood that me and you saw on TV and maybe went and taped on video cassettes. It's like videotapes. He is amazing.
And it goes back to our parents who saw the same plays and passed them down to us. So really, he's part of cultural history in the Arab world. And this was not a good year for the giants of the Arab world. We lost Fairuz, and now we lost Hassan Mostafa. And really what we're seeing is a generation of Arab artists who have very specific characteristics who are now lost. He was part of a generation that artists were not celebrities. They were just artists, and they were completely devoted to what they were doing.
You know, to whomever, I don't know if our viewers know what we're talking about, Madrasat al-Mushaghibin, one theater, a play that was in L'Ayal Kibrit, the children grew up. And it's amazing because each and every time that one of these actors just came on stage, the big applause that they got, it was amazing.
The love that the Arab public had for them was so large. I mean, you'd see that on television because all these theater plays were also televised. Often they would have to stop the play for several minutes just to hear the applause and let the crowd calm down before moving on. And of course, Madrasat al-Mushaghibin, The School of Mischief, maybe his best known work.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny to think about, but when he appeared on stage with Adil Imam and Ahmed Zaki, who was also passed away at a very young age in 2005, these were all unknown actors. And because of this play, they became...
Because of theater.
Because of theater, which is another...
It's not something that is obvious, especially not here in Israel, because, for example, in Israel, we have a lot of good actors in theater, but we don't know them. They are not celebrities.
We don't know them. And often the role has now become lopsided. They start on television and they go back to theater sometimes to get more credit on the artistic front. But you know, Madrasat al-Mushaghibin, I found this out recently and it was really surprising. It was actually not an original play in Arabic. It started as a television movie, cinematic movie actually, with Sidney Poitier. It was a movie,
really?
Yes, in the United States, hugely successful, called To Sir with Love. And it was far more serious than Madrasat al-Mushaghibin. It was not a comedy, but there were some comedic moments, and I have one of them for you that I want to show you. Here he is. He's the teacher in this segment, explaining the difference between the sexes to his students.
Let's see.
Next, general deportment. First, the young ladies. They must prove that they are worthy and appreciative of the courtesies we are going to show them. Soon, boyfriends and marriage will concern you. No man likes a slut for long. Only the worst type will marry one. And the competition for men on the outside is rough. Next, men. I've seen garbage collectors who are cleaner. Toughness is a quality of the mind, like bravery, honesty, and ambition. If you want to wear your hair long, clean it, else you will soon get lice and smell. Soon your principal interest will be girls. You will be much more attractive to them with clean clothes, clean shoes, hands, face, teeth, etc.
Do you remember the segment from the play?
Of course, of course.
Yes.
And don't you wish someone would have told that to some of the men you met in your life, given them this advice?
Definitely.
It's very, very important advice.
You know, and it's amazing to see the connection that the Arab world or the Egyptian theater had such a, or the Egyptian culture had such an amazing connection and was so open to the Western world.
Extremely open. It's not the same anymore. So one other thing that was lost with Hassan Mostafa.
Yes, Ayman Sikseck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lucy.